सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्. ॐ. Our Vedas, in their essence, meant for a human being's upliftment. The Vedas' essence is mainly meant for human beings' upliftment. Those Vedas, 4 in number, we know: Rig Veda, Sama Veda, Yajurveda, Atharvana Veda. Or Rig Veda, Yajurveda, Sama Veda, Atharvana Veda, 4 Vedas. These 4 Vedas, again, they are in the sutra form. Again, those Vedas are in Upanishad form. Again, those Vedas only in the form of Itihasa, Purana. Essence is same, but their names have been changed based on the presentation. That means Vedas talk about very subtle subject in an abstract form. You cannot understand easily what Veda is talking. It's very difficult. If you look into that mantra, it is difficult to understand what it wants to convey, because that meaning is very, very hidden. Therefore, that abstract subject matter of Veda, to understand, later those Vedas alone brought into a concrete form in the form of dialogue between 2 persons, Guru and Sishya. The same content presented in a dialogue form, so that all people can understand easily. Upanishad, Bhagavad Gita, for example, you take, it's in a dialogue form, question and answer form. After sutras, it comes later Itihasa and Puranas. We have number of Puranas. Puranas are those where the characters are highlighted. The Ishvara Swarupam is highlighted in Puranas. Bhaktas' characters are highlighted. And the Bhaktas, through their devotion, how they have attained that Parabrahman also presented in Puranas. Still you come down, after Puranas comes Itihasa. Like Mahabharata, Ramayanam, again the same content of Vedas presented in a different format. This is what we have to understand first. Vedas are one, but that Vedic knowledge presented in different levels of people at different times. So among those texts, Mahabharata is one of the Itihasa. All of you know Mahabharata. It is called as Panchama Vedahan, 5th Veda. Generally, 4 Vedas only we have. But Mahabharata considered as 5th Veda, Panchama Veda. Whatever is said in Vedas, it is there in Mahabharata. Whatever is there in Mahabharata, it is in Veda. So nothing is missing in Mahabharata, therefore it is called as Panchamo Vedaha, Mahabharatam. Who wrote Mahabharata? Vyasa Bhagavan wrote. Vyasacharya wrote Mahabharata. Vyasacharya alone wrote many Puranas also. Ashtadasha Puranas he alone wrote, all Puranas. Just as we saw in the morning, Adi Shankaracharya is the avatar of Shankara. Vyasa Bhagavan himself is an avatar of Vishnu. Vyasaya Vishnu Rupaya. Rupaya and the Telugu Rupaya kadiyadu. Rupil. Rupaya means in the form of. Vyasaya Vishnu Rupaya Vyasa Rupaya Vishnave. Namo vai Brahmanidhaye Vasisthaya Namo Namaha. So the parampara, Vyasa Bhagavan is an avatar of Lord Vishnu. Vyasa Bhagavan wrote commentaries and wrote sutras, the essence of Vedas, and he wrote Puranas. He alone wrote this Mahabharata, also the Itihasa. Why Mahabharata is called Itihasa? Iti means thus, Ippadi, Ividhanga anartha. Ha asa, happened, thus it happened anartha. Itihasa means thus it happened. Ippadi nadandadu అని తమిళ్లో சொல்லுవా. ఈ విధంగా జరిగింది అని తెలుగులో చెప్తారు. ఏ విధంగా జరిగింది, ఎప్పుడు నడందది, ఇప్పుడు ఎత్తన భాషలో சொல்லணுన్నాను. ఓకే. So, itihasa, thus it happened. What happened? This whole Mahabharata happened thus. In this manner. The history of Bharata Vamsha is called Mahabharata. Charitra of Bharata Vamsha. Bharata Vamsha Charitra. Chandra dynasty. They all belong to Chandra Vamsham. The Kuru family belong to Chandra Vamsham. Rama belong to which Vamsha? Very good. Quiz today. You are all very, very talented. Chandra Vamsha. All Bharata Vamsha came from whom? Dushyanta's son, Bharata. From Bharata, the whole Chandra Vamsha has come. So therefore our country name is what? Bharata Nadu, Bharata Desham. Bharat is our country name. India is anglicized name. Okay. Anglicized, you know. The Britishers gave that name. Indians. Bharata, Bharataya Samskriti is non-different from Sanatana Dharma. Whatever is Sanatana Dharma, whatever is Vedic Dharma, that is Bharata Samskriti. Bharata Desha Samskriti. So we respect here Mahabharata, Ramayana, Bhagavata, Puranas, Itihasas. All the values presented in Vedas, the content in a subtle form, concretized tangibly in the form of characters in these Puranas and Itihasas. Whatever said in Vedas, in a very subtle form that you cannot understand easily. It is called abstract form. Very, very sukshmam. That you can understand easily in Puranas. Those values, the content, the essence, what is the purport, you can understand in Puranas easily. For example, in Taittiriya Upanishad, one statement is there. Satyam vada, dharmam chara. These two statements, this much only Upanishad says. In Krishna Yajurveda, these two statements comes and Upanishad, afterwards it will not open its mouth. That's all. My job is over. Then we have to break our head. What do you mean by dharmanchara? Follow dharma, speak truth. How people can understand? For that, Itihasa, Purana, Vyasa Bhagavan picturized all Satyam Vada in the character of Satya Harishchandra. Dharmam Chara, Rama character in Ramayana. Like that, each value they have taken and they have picturized or concretized in Itihasa Purana. So the value we give to Vedas, same value we give to Purana Itihasa. Why? Because the same content in a different format. Therefore, we never look at Purana Itihasas as a cock and bull stories. We never look at them like just stories, like Harry Potter. Imaginations we never take. Even we are not interested whether they are really happened, or they are only fiction, or they are only mythological stories. We are not interested in that. We are very much interested in the content, what it is going to convey to us. We are interested in the content. We are not interested whether it has happened, when it has happened, where it has happened. We are not probed into that. If anyone questions, I am not interested in that, but I want to get the essence of Mahabharata. I want to see the depth of Mahabharata. This is what our interest. We are not like archaeological department people, no? They always survey. Really this date it is real or any other date is there, or whether it has happened or not. Our job adha. We are not archaeologists. We are what? Tivra Mumukshus. So we are interested in what that Itihasa or Purana is going to communicate to us, what I have to take for my spiritual upliftment. This is my interest, that's all. That's why we don't want to enter into any debates, any arguments. I am happily grasp the teaching with my understanding what it is conveying. So Vyasa Bhagavan wrote Mahabharata in 1,00,000 verses. Not 1 or 2 or 3 or 100, 500, not 1,000, 1,00,000. Imagine 1,00,000 slokas put together Mahabharata. Itihasa. Ramayana, another Itihasa. They call it as Kavyam. In literature, they call it as Kavyam. And Bhagavatam comes under Purana. Vishnu Puranam, Shiva Puranam, Devi Puranam, Skanda Puranam. There are so many secondary Puranas, Upapuranas. This Mahabharata is unique because of it is very vast and it communicates, it is a Dharma Shastra. Dharma Shastra plus Moksha Shastra also. How Mahabharata can be called as Moksha Shastra? Shastra means a science, a subject matter that which deals with moksha, along with dharma. Along with dharma. Without dharma, there is no moksha. Karma, dharma, then Brahma. You have to start with karma, with dharma and Brahma. So 1,00,000 verses are going to come. In moksha, dharma comes in Shanti Parva. Bhishma talks about in that Shanti Parva. The moksha dharma comes there. So therefore, since Bhagavad Gita occurs in Mahabharata, it can be called as what Shastra? Moksha Shastra. Bhagavad Gita is what Shastra? Moksha Shastra. By studying Bhagavad Gita, one gets moksha, self-knowledge. Because Bhagavad Gita occurs in Mahabharata, Mahabharata can be called as what? Moksha Shastra. So once I respect Bhagavad Gita, automatically that respect goes to which text? Mahabharata. Since Mahabharata occurs in that, Bhagavad Gita occurs in Mahabharata. So this is about Mahabharata. In that Mahabharata, there are so many chapters. One chapter comes this Vidura Neeti. Vidura Neeti is very, very famous in Mahabharata. Even though it is not very popular, people are not studying Vidura Neeti. They study only Bhagavad Gita in Mahabharata. But generally we hear that Vidura is there, the character, Vidura Neeti is there, but very few learn that what Vidura said. Neeti Shastram, it comes under Neeti Shastram or Dharma Shastram. Like Vidura Neeti, there are so many other ethics. Ethics means, Neeti means ethics, moral, ethical standard, values, Dharma Shastram. Manu Neeti is also there. You might have heard Manu Neeti. And another Chanukya Neeti also you might have heard. All these texts, they present Dharma Shastra, what values to be followed, how a person can become divine. Daivika Amsha in one's own personality to recognize, one has to implement a dharmic lifestyle, dharmic way of life. Without dharmic way of life, one cannot enter into moksha shastra. Without dharma, there is no Brahma. Brahma jnanam is not possible without righteous way of life. Keeping that in their mind, all acharyas like Vyasacharya, Narada, great munis also, side by side they present this morality, ethics. Because it has to, even Bhagavan Krishna in Bhagavad Gita, whole 16th chapter is nothing but values. So therefore, a person who follows values alone is qualified to study Shastra. Without qualification, dharmic life, that person cannot enter into Vedanta Shastra. Very difficult. So that is why ethics is very, very important. In Pujya Swamiji's words, Dayananda Swamiji says, a value is a value. Value means what? How you describe value? How you define value? The value is not there outside. Like a jackfruit, it is not hanging to any tree. Like a mango fruit, it is not hanging to any tree. You cannot tangibly show this is value, this is value. All of you see, look at it, this is value. How can you show? We cannot show. It is not tangibly available. Value, that's all. What do you mean by value? Value, that's all. But how to concretize it? How to look into it? You have to look at the person, the one who follows the value. If you look at the person, dharma, you can see in a dharmi. For that is the value. The person who is following his behavior, his nature, his character, that is called dharma. That is called value. You can show through a person. Red color, you cannot grasp what is red color unless I show a flower. Now you see this flower has got, this red color. I have to show like this. White, you know what is white? This is white, I have to show. Then easily you can grasp. Like that value, how can I show? You look at that person. He is a value-based person. Dharma Purushaha. Ramo Vigrahavan Dharma. By showing Rama, Valmiki presented, you see, look at Rama, he is personification of Dharma. The personification of Dharma. You look at Krishna, personification of Dharma. Dharma and Bhagavan is not separate. Whatever is dharma, that is Bhagavan. Whatever is Bhagavan, that is dharma. They are not separate. So Dharma Shastram. Dharma Shastra, morning which Shastra is Brahma Shastra. The Shastra which connects to Brahma. Now we are seeing the Shastra which connects to Dharma. You have to shift your whole mind suddenly from Brahma to Dharma. Edhukku Swamini, Aham Brahmasmi nalla irukke, idella edhukku? So you can see a person dharmi by seeing his character, qualities and all. Oh, this is called dharma. Other Rama is an exemplary. Now, whom we can show such like Rama? Very, very difficult. Edo or kore irukku. That's why Valmiki presented Ramayana. Vyasa Bhagavan presented Mahabharata. You take each character in Mahabharata is unique. One character dominated by one emotion. All characters are nothing but emotions. Okay. We are also conglomeration of what? Emotions. Each Mahabharata, Ramayana, Bhagavata, you take any character with full of emotions. Especially Mahabharata, you take, everyone is a typical character. Duryodhana, one type of character. Yudhishthira, one type of character. Arjuna is another type of character. Draupadi, another type of character. But how that dharma played in their roles, beautifully Vyasacharya presents through that Mahabharata in concretized form. Another sloka tells what is dharma. Dharma is nothing but what you don't like others to do to you, you should not do to others. That is dharma. Shruyatam dharma sarvasvam shrutva chaiva avadharyatam. I know what is dharma. I heard about it. I put into practice also. That is dharma. It is nothing but atmanastu pratikulani, whatever I don't like, whatever is not pleasing to me, what is unpleasant to me, atmanastu pratikulani paresham na samacharet, never do to others. Yadi whatever is unpleasant to me, unfavorable to me, it is not pleasing to me, I should not do to others. This is called dharma. This is the definition of dharma. In one sloka they put. So Swamiji says a value is a value when the value of the value is valued by you. Value is not somewhere. If you value the value is a value, then as long as you value it, it's a value. A value is a value. When the value of the value is valued by you. Otherwise, no value. A value is a value. కొంచెం కూడా వాల్యూసే ఇల్లేనా. I expect everybody has to live a value-based life. కొంచెం values ಎಲ್ಲ follow பண்ணப்பா. Because I don't want to get hurt. Other person should follow value of not hurting me. See, other person should follow the value, that value, what value? Not hurting me is a value he should follow. Other person should follow the value of truth. That means he should not tell lies to me which is unfavorable, unpleasant to me. So I don't want to get hurt, I don't want to hear lies from others. So everyone should respect me. This is what I expect from others. Other person also expects or not? He also expects very much. Who expects that? Which person? American or Indian or a Brahmin or a Kshatriya? Who expects that respect, not getting hurt, Who respects those things? Everyone, every human being. Even the thief is also don't want to cheat by another thief. Thief also is not interested to be cheated by another thief. How subtle this is. He is a thief. He is cheating others. If another person cheats, two cheaters, two robbers, a lot of money looted from somewhere, and they thought, tomorrow we both of us will share. Let us sleep. We are already tired. Let us sleep. Both are sleeping. One person took the whole thing and went away. One thief went away, took a whole money. And the other thief, early morning, gets up and says, see, the thief. That person is thief, the one who went away. Tirida payyananna. Donga. Donga nana thief. He is already thief yesterday. This person, when he took money, and he says, this thief says that person is thief. And avanukku kuda value irukku. Thief also knows values. That means dharma is our intrinsic nature. Dharma you need not borrow from outside. It is in our blood. It is in our blood. That's why we don't want to get hurt. We don't want to be disrespected by others. So therefore, dharma is that which is very, very natural to every human being. Why human being, I said? This person only violate. There is a possibility of adharma. This person may go adharmic also. Therefore, the whole Veda manual is meant for whom? Not other beings. Because they cannot violate. The free will they don't have, choice they don't have. That is a disadvantage. One advantage for other beings is they never violate dharma. Cow never planned to eat today. And the Chinese restaurant you pay to varla, cow never planned. This human being want to eat what? Crabs and all. See, he is having a right and a choice also, free will also to change his values. But they are all programmed. Other beings are programmed. Their life is very much programmed. Instinctive based. But human being, wherever there is a free will, there is a choice. That person needs rules, regulations. Therefore, Veda is a manual to give rules and regulations for human beings. It is a manual. That Veda only presented in the form of rules and regulations in the form of Mahabharata. Values. Dharma yuddham here. Kurukshetra yuddham is what? Dharma kshetre kurukshetre. Dharma kshetram, kurukshetram, the battle of dharma. Battle of dharma means a battle between dharma and adharma. Real battle is going on here, in our own mind, between dharma and adharma, right and wrong, good and bad. There is a lot of war is going on inside. So every minute we are facing that dharma, adharma conflict. What is dharma? What is adharma? So a person has to go in a dharmic way, trying to live every minute, watch, alert, and to live a dharmic life so that he will get moksha. If adharmic way if he goes, there is a spiritual downfall. So therefore Mahatmas, they come and educate the people to live in a dharmic life. A dharmic society alone can bring the spiritual upliftment in the society. An adharmic society cannot help the people. Therefore, the society has to follow that dharma. Society is nothing but people. People have to follow dharma. So that conflict comes in Mahabharata between dharma and adharma. You know the story. I am not going into the story. I am presenting the background of Mahabharata, what it meant for, what it is going to communicate. I am not here to tell you the Mahabharata story because you know better than me. Kauravas, Pandavas, and the Pandavas were sent to forest 12 years, then 1 year incognito, in exile they have to stay. And the whole kingdom was taken away by this Duryodhana. He is not ready to give the kingdom to Pandavas. At that time, this Dhritarashtra, the blind person, Pandu and Dhritarashtra, in Mahabharata, two characters, Pandu and Dhritarashtra. Both are what? Brothers. So Pandu and Dhritarashtra. Dhritarashtra is an eldest one and Pandu is younger one. So Dhritarashtra is blind king, therefore he has no right to rule the kingdom. A blind person should not rule the kingdom. So therefore even the eldest person only has to rule the kingdom according to Dharma Shastra. But since he is blind, he cannot rule the kingdom. And therefore his brother Pandu, on his name, brother's name, he rules the kingdom. You know that. At least Dhritarashtra's son, elder son, if he is eldest, he can rule the kingdom next to Pandu. After Pandu, he can rule Dhritarashtra's eldest son. But unfortunately, Dhritarashtra is so unfortunate. 1 hour difference between Yudhishthira and Duryodhana. Kunti Devi and Gandhari both were pregnant. And Dhritarashtra is very eager. At least my wife, Gandhari, should deliver baby fast. Suppose this Kunti gives birth to a child, male child, her son only going to rule the kingdom. I lost because of my blindness, I am lost my ruling power. My brother is ruling. If I don't get child, elder one, if Pandu gets one elder one, he is going to rule the kingdom. See, tug of war. Then somebody gave the news. Kunti got a male child. After even 5 minutes also, difference, that person only elder. After 1 hour, Gandhari also got male child. But 1 hour difference. Who is going to become king? Yudhishthira became the king. Dhritarashtra could not withstand. This much unfortunate for me. Already I am blind. At least my children, they can rule the kingdom. Chances illa. Therefore, Pandu, when he is going to that Vanaprastha ashrama, his retirement, then he asked, he has to invite Yudhishthira, you come and rule the kingdom. Duryodhana is younger than Yudhishthira. The elder one only, according to Dharma Shastra, eldest person only should rule the kingdom. Therefore, Yudhishthira got the kingdom. But Dhritarashtra, annoyed. He is not able to swallow that. Inside there is some lot of dissatisfaction is growing. And slowly he developed that and he pampered his son Duryodhana in such a way, into that extent, to violate dharma, and finally, in that dice game, and Atala Akramam he has to do, atrocities he did, Duryodhana, and he just grabbed the whole kingdom from Yudhishthira by wrong means, and he started ruling. Who? Duryodhana. And sent Pandavas, including Draupadi, also sent to forest. After so many years, they have to give the kingdom back to Pandavas. But again, Pandavas were all born out of Devata's blessings, they are very powerful. They are very powerful. This Dhritarashtra and Gandhari, they gave birth to what type of children? Not one son, 100 children. Swami says, all are rogues. Puja Swami says, all are rogues. Duryodhana, Dusyasana, all of them. Why, They're not born rogues. They are brought up rogues. This is my addition. Nobody is born rogue. Brought up rogue means when father is blind, the mother has to take up father's responsibility also, and she has to bring up children in such a way they have to be good citizens of the society. But this lady, she has also closed her eyes. The father is not looking into the eyes of the child. Mother also not looking into the eyes of child. When we are seeing itself, our children, we are not able to control. If both of them close their eyes, how do we know they are doing wrong? How do we know? This is what happened in Kaurava's case. Since father and mother both are closed eyes, they do not know what these children are doing. Then they developed such an jealousy, hatred towards Pandavas. Because Pandavas getting everywhere gold medals, Nobel Prize. Wherever they go, they are getting a lot of appreciation. And more jealousy is increasing in Duryodhana. And more name and fame coming to Pandavas, more insult he is Duryodhana facing. And Duryodhana developing such an hatred, jealousy towards them. And he want to smash the whole Pandavas, 5 Pandavas, their family, fully. So the fight between brothers for the sake of kingdom. And he is ready to violate any extent. To violate dharma at any extent. Therefore, in one place, Duryodhana says, Janami dharmam nachame pravrittihi. I know what is dharma. I know what is dharma. Because when they are educated, the Kshatriyas in Gurukulam, administration, when they are going to do that, they have to educate Dharma Shastra very well. As Arjuna studied, Duryodhana also has studied the Dharma Shastra. Janami dharmam nachame pravrittihi, but I don't want to implement that dharma. Janami adharmam also. What is wrong also I know, but I don't want to implement. What is dharma also I know, but I don't want to implement. Enakku desire varadu. I don't like to implement dharma. Dharmik anade I don't like. Janami adharma. What is adharma? Also I know. Unrighteousness. But I cannot avoid it. How much ahankara you see. Pride is there, jealousy is there, hatred is there. What are all unwanted, unhealthy, uncongenial. Satyam. Okay. All are there in Duryodhana and to all his brothers. So therefore, finally, Pandavas decided to fight. Kauravas are not ready to accept, to give the kingdom. Even small village, even like our cottages, 5 cottages for 5 Pandavas, no. Then Krishna asked, at least 5 rooms in one house? No. Telugulo cheptaru, Sudi bejjam mopinanta chotu kuda ivananadu. Even a little bit of space also I am not interested in giving. That much greediness. Duryodhana is an embodiment of adharma. Pandavas are all an embodiment of dharma. That's why Yudhishthira's name is called Dharmaputra, an avatar of Yamadharma Raja, Dharmaputra. Arjuna is an embodiment of Indra, that's why so powerful. Bhima is an embodiment of Vayu Devata, that's why so strong. And Nakula Sahadeva are an embodiment of Ashwini Devatas. So like this, they are all embodiments of Devatas. But here Kauravas, that they have Devatas support, Kauravas do not have anybody's support. Except their greediness, jealousy, hatred. They don't have anything. But of course they are also well educated in archery, everything from same Dronacharya. But there is no limit for their atrocities. And wherever Duryodhana, wherever Pandavas are going, wherever Pandavas are hiding also, Duryodhana purposefully go and search, find out, and he want to create problem. But he couldn't, because Pandavas are all blessed by, supported by Dharma. What protected him really, Pandavas? Dharma. That's what we have to learn from this. The number is not the question. Might is right. These days you are talking might is right. We don't care for that might is right. We care only where Dharma is. Satyameva jayate. Dharmo rakshati rakshitaha. You protect Dharma, Dharma will protect you. So that is the inner core of our whole Shastra. You may face so many problems, doesn't matter, but live a dharmic life. Why? Spiritual upliftment is possible. If you don't live dharmic life, I don't do any atrocities, Swamini, but I cannot live up to the mark of dharma. Okay, spiritual stagnation. No gradation, no upliftment, but stagnation. If you do atrocities in spiritual gradation, you will fall. Again, janmas and janmas, the person suffer. Therefore, dharma is not separate from us. So every thought, every word, every action must be governed by dharma. From childhood onwards, it has to come. If I am lacking anything at manasa, vacha, karmana, dharmic intentions, dharmic actions, dharmic thoughts, intentions, and verbally also if not having, I have to cultivate. Cultivate. Why? Because I am a tivra mumukshu. I am interested in moksha. I should not lack anything. I should equip myself with full dharma. Satyam, dharmam, all these things must full in a full measure. That's what all Puranas, Itihasas talk about. For what purpose? For moksha. For moksha. Dharmam, dhanam, dharmartham. Dharmam, mokshartham. So therefore, whenever Pandavas decided finally we are going to fight for our kingdom. Then Dhritarashtra said, why they have to fight? They are happy, in forest. Let them continue there. Let them not come and disturb my children. Even this word also Dhritarashtra says. Let Yudhishthira not to take this type of decision to fight the. He knows that if Pandavas comes, finished all Kauravas. One Arjuna is sufficient to smash these Kauravas. Everyone knows that. How powerful Arjuna is. Dhritarashtra is very much afraid. My whole Vamsha will go away if the Pandavas decide to come. He tried so much to stop the war. Then Krishna Paramatma is there behind Pandavas. Yudhishthira also said, no, let us not fight. Let us not fight. Yudhishthira don't want to fight. Brothers, why between fight and all? Tried. Even Arjuna also at that moment in the battlefield he decided, I don't want to fight. I want to run away. Krishna is the one that Draupadi and Krishna, finally Lord Krishna, This is Dharma Yudra. This is not for your sake, not for your kingdom, not for Hastinapura, Indraprastha. This is the prestige question, Dharma question. You have to fight. I have come here, taken avatara only for this purpose, If you don't fight, I will finish. Don't miss this opportunity, Arjuna. They are already dead. They are already dead. Again, adharma is there. They are going to die. Why you are missing this opportunity? Use your bow. Lord Krishna, Uttishta, Choli, Arjuna Gita, get up and fight. At that time, Dhritarashtra was really disturbed. Then often he asks Vidura. You know Vidura? These Pandu, Dhritarashtra and Vidura are all sons of Vyasa Bhagavan. Vyasa Amshan. Sons means Vyasa Bhagavan's blessings and his grace only they all born. Unfortunately, when this, you know that story, I don't want to go into that story. And Dhritarashtra born blind because when Vyasa came to bless, what is her name? Ambika. And she closed her eyes because Vyasa Bhagavan looks black. How can I get son from this person? That's why she got blind son, Dhritarashtra. Then Ambika, Amba didn't come to the picture. She is there to take revenge on Bhishma. So Ambalika, she felt very, aversion towards Vyasa Bhagavan. That's why she got the pale Pandu. Pandu, white skin, very pale, one type. And Vyasa Bhagavan understood this. These both ladies are not going to get a right person. Then Vyasa Bhagavan, this what they did, they sent another time, at least try third time, they sent Dasi to Vyasa Bhagavan. He blessed to her a child. That child is Vidura. Mahatma came from that. Dasi accepted Vyasa Bhagavan as avatara and she accepted him with respect and reverence and she blessed by Vyasa Bhagavan unwantedly, unknowingly, but Vyasa Bhagavan for her bhakti and devotion, he blessed a child, Vidura. He is the avatar of Yama. Vidura is none other than Yama. Yama, one shapa he has got, that Yama only born as Vidura, and Vidura by birth himself is a Dharmatma. He knows all values. That's why Vidura is a Mahatma. Very impartial towards Kauravas and Pandavas. That Vidura is with Dhritarashtra always giving advice to Dhritarashtra as the brother only. But Vidura has no right to rule the kingdom because he is not a Kshatriya. Kshatriya alone can rule the kingdom. But Vidura is a Mahatma, Jnani. Vidura is a Jnani. Always Dhritarashtra, when his mind is so disturbed, he calls Vidura. Please tell me something that which gives solace to me. Vidura is so impartial. A Mahatma is one who boldly speak. He never hide. He is not partial to anyone. Openly speak what is truth. So many times he advised the Dhritarashtra, but Dhritarashtra is not able to give up that attachment towards his son, even though he knows what he is doing wrong. That's why nobody couldn't stop Pandavas to go to forest. Even Bhishma couldn't do, Vidura couldn't do, Dhritarashtra couldn't do. But they have to go to forest. But Vidura says, see, you are doing this akramam. Akramam, this is not the right way what you are doing towards Pandavas. You know everything, hey Dhritarashtra. You know everything. You know what is dharma, what is adharma. But why you are doing like this towards Pandavas? Because of attachment towards your son. That time he speaks all these verses. There's a big book, lot of chapters, 4 chapters are there, hundreds of verses are there. For these 3 days I am just taking a sample to show a taste what he says, the values. Just with this background, we enter into this shloka. Vidura Neeti is the title of this text which occurs in Mahabharata. Vidura says to Dhritarashtra. This is a dialogue between Vidura and Dhritarashtra. First shloka we will read. Raja Lakshana Sampannaha Trailokyasyaadhipo bhavet Preshyaste preshitaschaiva Dhritarashtra Yudhishthirah. And the second line, you can put a line between Ra and Stra. Dhritarashtra. The line is missing. Second line, third word. Dhritarashtra. When he is very much disturbed, Dhritarashtra, he listens to this Vidura's words. కొంచెం నల్ల వార్త చొల్లుంగు కొంచెం మంచి మాటలు చెప్పండి అంటారు చూసారా అక్రమం పడినండే కొంచెం మంచి మాటలు డూయింగ్ లాట్ ఆఫ్ అట్రాసిటీస్ అండ్ సమ్ ప్లీజింగ్ వర్డ్స్ దే వాంట్ వాట్ టు డూ విదుర ఓకే ఐ విల్ టెల్ యూ హీ పిన్ పాయింట్స్ ధృతరాష్ట్ర యూ ఆర్ డూయింగ్ లైక్ దిస్ యూ నో ఎవ్రీథింగ్ యూ ఆర్ డూయింగ్ లైక్ దిస్ హీ వాంట్ టు ఎడ్యుకేట్ పర్సన్. That's why we should not hide if any person doing wrong, we have to tell openly. The way you have to say, that way you have to say. There is a method to talk. Unless other person is not interested, we better not to open. So that person should ask. At least 100 times you speak, no? One time he may listen. Okay, that is also okay. But you have to open up. No, you have to tell. See, encouraging adharma and going along with the person is also wrong. You are not adharmic. But living with adharmic person and looking at him, you do. That is as good as you are doing. Staying with the adharmic person and allowing the adharma to do, no, it is as good as you are doing. At least oppose, if possible. Otherwise, instruct him. Teach him. If not possible, away from that picture. Otherwise, that papa come to you also. I have not done. You are there, no? You are supporting, no? That person. No, I am not supporting. But then why you are with that person? So mentally you are with that person. Physically you are thinking you are away. But mentally you are with that person. But Vidura is not like that. He opposes. But still he stays with Dhritarashtra. Because like Narada is one who is friend to all people. He goes to Devaloka, he goes to Rakshasaloka, he goes to Indraloka. Everywhere he goes. Narada is no opposition for him. No visa ticket also. He goes everywhere. And friendly to all people and he is open to all people. Everybody talks to him. So we should be like that, no? Like Narada, Vidura. So Vidura is not partial towards Pandavas, not partial towards Duryodhana. No, this equally he looks at all of them. See here, Vidura is an embodiment of Dharma. So let our life also be like that only. Not bend towards any side. Never lean upon to near and dear or to any person who is attached to us. No. Na mata na pita. Yudhishthira says, who are all your friends? Wife, husband. I don't have any wife, husband, children, family. No, nothing. Then what? Satyam mata pita jnanam dharma bhrata daya sakhe. Satya is my mother. Truth is my mother. How many of us say, who is your mother? And my mother is Subbalakshmi. Venkat Lakshmi we say. But Yudhishthira is not ready for that. Kunti is my mother and Chulla. Yudhishthira says, Satyam Mata Pita Jnanam. Jnanam is my father. Dharma Bhrata, my brother is Dharma. Daya is my friend. He said like that. Whenever we ask, who is your brother, who is your friend, we enumerate so many relations. Huh? So we have to relate with Bhagavan, we have to relate with the Dharma, we have to relate with the values. Then only after all, if they are violating, I am ready to drop like hot potato. Hot potato, not physically dropping. Mentally you have to drop that people who are violating Dharma. Otherwise your life also will become waste. That's what Prahalada did. Prahalada dropped his father from his mind in spite of staying with his father. Because in front of Dharma, I have no connection with anybody. Dharma only primary relation. Shanti Patni Daya Putraha Shadaite Mama Bandhavahan. Like that, hey Dhritarashtra is addressing Dhritarashtra. Hey Dhritarashtra, hey Rajan Nartha. You are that great king. Te Preshyaha. Tena, to you, these Pandavas are Preshyaha. Whatever you say, they are ready to follow. Ajñakari anartham. Preshyaha means Ajñakari. Whatever is your Ajna, Pandavas are ready to follow. Te Ajñakari. That Pandavas, who are they? Yudhishthiraha. This Yudhishthira is one who is your Ajñakari, who follows your order. Whatever you say, he says yes. He respects your words. What type of Yudhishthira? Not ordinary one. Raja Lakshana Sampannaha. He is having full qualities of kingly qualities. Raja. The Rajic, what the qualities are required for a Raja, all in full measures that Yudhishthira is having. Raja Lakshanam, Raja Lakshanam, Sampannahan, endowed with all these Raja Gunams, Raja Lakshanams, kingly qualities, Sampannaha. What kingly qualities? Not only to rule this ordinary, this world, Bhuloka, Trailokya, Trailokyasya Adhipaha Bhaved. He is the one who is having the caliber, capacity to become the Raja for three lokas. Bhuloka, Bhuvarloka and Suvarloka also. Such a power Yudhishthira has got. Not only that, in spite of that much power he is having, always he is ready to follow your Ajna. So, Preshitaha, you have sent them to the forest. To such a Raja, no? Qualities who is having such a Yudhishthira, who is having the capacity to rule all the three worlds, you have sent him to the forest. You have done like this. What type of job you have done? ఇప్పుడు పండిటి అని చూడన్నా ఇలా చేసావేమిటి అంటాను తెలుగులో. That much qualified Raja. You have done like this, you have sent him to forest. So how is, no? Smoothly he is pointing out Dhritarashtra. Next shloka we will read. You have banished them from your kingdom. 12 years Ajnata Aranyavasam, 1 year Ajnatavasam. If they find out again, they have to do same. In a condition parango. Second shloka we will read. Viparitataraschatvam Bhagadeyena sammatah Archisham prakshayachaiva Archisham prakshayachaiva Dharmatma dharmako vidah. You have not recognized the greatness of that Yudhishthira, but you have seen him in a opposite way, viparita taraha. You have done in opposite way, not recognizing his capacity, not allowing him to rule the kingdom, even though he is very powerful, but you have sent him in opposite way, viparita taraha tvam. Bhagadeye na sammataha. You are not agreeable to give the kingdom to the Pandavas. Bhagadeya means their portion, their kingdom. You are not ready to give them. Why? Archisham prakshayacha eva. Because you don't have eyes. You don't have two eyes. What eyes? No. Physical eye also you don't have. Jnana, dharmic eyes also you don't have. So you are blind both the ways. Physically you are blind and dharmically also you are blind. Therefore you have done like this. More in the next class. Purnamada purnamidam purnat purnamudachyate purnasya purnamadaya purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om.